Take a look at the tail of the tape now for young Danny Garcia against Erik Morales, and you're going to see all of Danny Garcia's numerical advantages on the right side of the graphic, where you're going to see that he is younger by 12 years, that he is taller by a half inch, that he's got an arm length advantage measured from the armpit to the end of the fist of 1 inch, that he weighed in a half pound under the 140-pound weight limit, and you see the 142 on the left side for Morales. Morales up to 155 tonight, and Danny Garcia at 152. Let's go to Michael Buffer now for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening, coming to you from Reliant Arena, Houston, Texas, USA, and it's brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, DeWalt Power Tools, guaranteed tough. AT&T, get it faster with AT&T, rethink possible. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Executive Director William Kunz, Boxing Administrator Dick Cole. World Boxing Council President Jose Suleiman. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout on the 10-point system: Samuel Conde, Mark Green, and Oren Schellenberger. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Lawrence Cole. And now, the officials are ready. The fighters are ready. Damas y caballeros, ¿están listos? Are you ready? From Houston, Texas. Let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, standing with trainer Angel Garcia, wearing green with gold, official weight 139 1/2 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 22 fights, 22 victories, including 14 knockouts. From the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the undefeated WBC contender in the world, Danny Swift Garcia. And fighting out of the red corner with his trainer Jose Morales, wearing white with black, officially weighing 142 pounds. His professional record stands at 52 victories, including 36 knockouts with 7 defeats. And he is universally recognized by all as a future Hall of Fame legend. Damas y caballeros de la Zona Norte, Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, the legendary 7-time champion of the world, Erik El Terrible Morales.
Danny. All right, gentlemen. I gave your instructions earlier in the dressing room. I want you to obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Play Olympia, you buena suerte. Touch them up, good luck.
Does Erik Morales have yet another heroic performance left in him? Or is this young kid, Danny Garcia, too young, too good for the old man?
Well, I can say this about Garcia. I don't think he's going to be trying to fight a technical fight all night and just using his legs to outbox Morales. So if Morales does have a good fight in him, it would be brought out tonight by Garcia because of the way that he fights.
That would help Garcia's stardom profile. I've said of him in the past, he's a good, well-skilled basic fighter, but I see no particular X factor. Emmanuel, you made a great point yesterday. If there's an X factor, it's the competition he's gotten in the gyms of Philadelphia.
As well as a great amateur background that he has, too.
Danny Garcia's left jab, so immediately see something which probably Morales has incorporated into the game plan. countering with the right hand over the top of Danny's jab. Solid shots from Garcia. I mentioned Danny Garcia's left hook to the body, a primary weapon for him. Morales insisted, I take away everybody's #1 weapon. He's not going to land that left hook to the body. That's what I'll take away. Meaning that he's going to counter over that with his right hand also. But if Garcia is as much quicker as it appears he might be.
Yeah, but and right now Morales is fighting a very smart fight. He's bending in, trying to get very close before he punches. Jay, I'm surprised at his coordination. He's moving away from punches very well at this stage.
Morales told us that he takes away his opponent's best weapon by countering it in such a painful way for his opponent that his opponent doesn't go back to that weapon. Garcia's biggest weapon is his youth and reflex speed advantage. The way to take that away is with timing, and so far Morales has tried to time Garcia, but the effectiveness of that timing has diminished as this round has worn on.
Morales warming up a little bit now as round 1 comes down the stretch. Not a bad round for the old warrior.
Very good left jabs from Morales too.
Cagey, wily veteran.
All right, listen. Don't try to use your jab. He's counting your jab over the top with the right hand, okay? You're right. Fake the jab a little bit. Come back straight right hand. That's beautiful, Dan. Listen. All you gotta do is step around. You heard me? All you gotta do is step around. You heard? Just like that. When you hit him hard. Listen. Lean back, lean back.
Lean back, baby. Lean
Relax,
back.
let's breathe.
Take a deep breath.
You heard me?
A little bit of water. Here goes. A little bit of Vaseline. A little bit. How's it around? Another one, just like that, for you. And the bell rings, you're up.
Our brilliant interpreter, Jerry Olai, was the voice that you heard in the corner. CompuBox numbers in round 1, a measured, patient round for both fighters. Morales was 9 of 44, including 5 out of 23 jabs. Garcia, only 7 of 41 by CompuBox count in round 1. Erik Morales won the first 41 fights of his career. Since then, he's 11-7, but it's an entertaining enough 11-7 to have gotten him back in front of the public eye.
At this stage, I've been very impressed with Morales, particularly his left jab. He gets very close and he shoots his punches off after he leans in, taking away the space for Garcia to time him.
Well, at some point, the action's going to heat up here, and when it does, and Morales starts to test young Danny Garcia, if Danny Garcia responds to that test from the old man, then we'll see what Morales has left.
And you know, Morales is the type of a guy that when you hit him, he's going to return a punch right back. That's what made those great fights that he had with Pacquiao and Barrera so exciting.
Trading punches in the center of the ring, and you wonder if Danny Garcia's confidence has already been dented just a little bit by the performance of the older fighter.
See, Morales leans in and gets very close and shoots little short punches from such a short distance that Garcia doesn't see him that much.
There's no panic in Morales. When Garcia's speed advantage started to tell, end of the last round, and he's up to his old tricks.
Understands as well as any fighter that timing trumps speed. and he knows how to time his punches. Good left hook by Morales. Right hand to the body. He's winning the jabbing contest too. Nothing back from Danny Garcia. Right hand over the top for Morales. Good body shot from Garcia. And there's a good left hook for Danny. Morales pushing Garcia back with the jab. 3 straight uppercuts with the right hand. Morales starting to get the crowd into the fight.
Morales is fighting a very, very good fight. Much better than I expected. Short punches, very good defense. Haven't been caught with a clean punch, and he gets very close before he throws his punches, as I've said before.
Good quick left hook inside for Garcia. Landed well enough that Morales nodded at Danny. Double left hand by Morales. And just to underline the point that Max Kellerman made, it looks as though the $50,000 price for a 2-pound weight advantage and not having to burn those last 2 pounds off were a bargain for Erik Morales.
That's it then. Beautiful. Listen, step around the right feet. Don't give him the chance. With the jab, listen, when he throws the jab, listen, step around with your right feet. Don't catch the jab. Work die. Work die. Work die. Work die.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Work die, bro. Just work die. You heard what I said? Keep stepping around. Listen, stay focused. He's mobile.
Second round you won. Now we need another one just the same. Little water. More angles, and try the uppercut. The uppercut you got very well. Got in very well. Just keep going again. Bring him up.
CompuBox numbers in the second round. Listen to this. Erik Morales, 22 out of 53, including a 17-3 jab connect advantage so far in the fight. Garcia was 15 out of 45, started to do some good work down the stretch of that round with his left hook and the right hand over the top.
Morales is controlling the kind of linear fight with that jab.
Yes, he
and
is.
Garcia is having success when he tries to get around it, looping the shots to the body.
But Garcia's punches are looping punches, and so far he hasn't been able to really land those shots that much. Morales is catching most of the shots on his elbow, and he's getting off by leaning in close and then a short jab, which is very beautiful the way he's shooting it. And then he shoots a little short lead right hand.
Morales at this stage of his career does not have knockout power, probably not even the accumulation kind, but he does have enough power to keep you honest in there. Like that. Now Garcia starts to step up and jab with Morales.
And he needs to shoot some, and Garcia needs to shoot punches up through the center a lot too. He's winging all of his shots to the outside, and Morales got a pretty good defense and is catching most of those shots. He needs to mix them up, jab a little bit more, shoot some uppercuts with his left hand or right hand through the center.
Already, Morales has won a strategic battle in the sense that Garcia, at the weigh-in and the stare-downs, felt that he was the bigger, stronger, younger fighter, fresher, faster fighter. And he's not imposing himself physically on Morales like he said he would. Morales has already dissuaded him from trying to do that, it seems.
Morales using the jab to keep Garcia back far enough to limit the damage from Garcia's power shots. Good left hook from Danny Garcia. There Garcia got in a left hook to the body. Morales comes back with a straight right upstairs. A jab by Garcia. Garcia started to make some more contact in this round.
Garcia's going to have to keep stepping up the pace the way he's going right now.
Shortening the distance, driving Morales into the ropes, hitting him with a hard right hand and another right hand shot. Right hand over the top, catches Morales again. Big rally by Danny Garcia. Let's see if these punches are hurting Morales.
Garcia changed the distance in this round by a couple of inches, got a little closer to Morales, and started landing those shots.
Exactly. Big comeback in the third round by Danny Garcia. And there is Erik's wife, Andrea Morales. We asked Erik yesterday, who has a burgeoning business in Tijuana and increasingly varied interests, would you be interested in Mexican politics? And Erik's cagey. He likes to give you the enigmatic answer, but he smiled and said maybe.
Good, I'm good.
Ya, mijo, no.
Relax, relax.
No, ahorita si vámonos temprano.
No, let's go quickly.
Here
No,
you
touch it
see
to the
probably
body.
which is the best punch of the fight right here. A beautiful right hand shot by Garcia. Once he stepped up the pace, closed the distance on Morales. Morales doesn't have the time to time his punches to get away.
Go, coach. Vámonos.
Zombie box numbers in 3. Garcia was 29 of 70. Morales 11 of 43. Garcia with a big advantage on power connects. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Look at Jim. 2 rounds to 1, 29-28. Erik Morales. You know, Jim, in rounds 1 and 2, Danny Garcia just gave it away by waiting too long. I mean, you know, you fight an old guy like that, you just don't stand back and wait. You got to take it to him. In round 3, Danny Garcia stepped up, threw that wild winging right hand. You know, he stunned Erik Morales, came close to a 10-8 round without a knockdown. Big third round for Garcia. 2-1, Morales.
Emmanuel, I felt Max had it right in saying that Garcia's big adjustment in round 3 was simply to step in closer to mount his attack.
Pick him up
You
a little
agree?
bit.
Yeah, it's just to step up the attack because he's fighting too measured and laying back too much. Morales was systematically, I think, picking him apart with the jab and a little short, straight right hand. But by picking up the tempo, just that alone, no particular punch, just setting the pace a little bit faster.
Left hook for Morales. Moments ago, Garcia landed the looping right over the top again.
And also I felt closing the distance just a little bit, Emmanuel. Where Morales wasn't keeping him on the outside at the end of the jab.
Now it appears that Garcia's effective looping right hands have re-energized Morales and given him new incentive to move forward in the fight. Suddenly he takes over again,
Good right hand to the body from Morales.
making Garcia miss. When the old man works his jab, it sets up a lot of good stuff for him.
Yes, and he's boxing beautiful too. I just wish that Garcia could throw a straight right hand. It would help a lot. But the straight punches are coming from Morales.
Reminiscent of what he did in the Maidana fight. You saw the Garcia rally in the last round, and the old competitor comes back. Blocking Garcia's left with his right glove there. Now Garcia
Straight
finds
right
it.
hand.
Well, we had a boxing match for the first couple of rounds. It appears from moment to moment that a fight might break out. Good stiff left jab by Erik Morales was the last landed punch in that round.
I don't know what's going on, but you can't lose your motivation like that. You can't fucking lose it like that. Work the nose. Work the nose. What do you think? Blood, man. You heard what I say? You can't lose your motivation. Don't hold this breath. Don't hold this breath. Breathe, Dan. Work this side. Work this side. Work this side. Don't just go around like that. You're jerking it, making it bleed.
No tires ganchos, tírale todo por el frente.
Throw everything up front.
Correcto.
Straight shots to the plexus, everything. Everything you hit to the bottom, you hit him. You caught him. You're just not finishing off. Look to finish off, okay?
Decirte, espérate, no me manejas así.
Leave it like that.
Jabs in the fight through the fourth round. I told you that Morales is winning the jabbing contest. 34 out of 115. 22 out of 94 for Garcia. They both connected on 15 landed punches in the fourth round, and you heard Danny's father saying, I don't know what's going on, but you can't lose your motivation like that.
Yeah, he's got to fight with more intensity and pick up the pace. It's that simple. It's just he's waiting too much. He's got to be more physical, busier, take advantage of his youth.
Well, yeah, the youth, the speed, the reflexes. It's like he's the Cobra, and Morales is the snake charmer. And he's got a snake charmer in front of him, and the snake charmer is working his magic, at least in 3 of the rounds.
Left hook upstairs by Morales. They were actually trading left hooks, and both landed. Harold Letterman, I know that this is one of those fights where the governing body is doing the open scoring thing after the 4th and 8th rounds. I didn't catch it. Did you?
Yeah, Jim. They're giving the scores, the official scores, to the corners. Not to the public, not to us, just to the corners.
Were they in sync with your score?
I don't know. They didn't give it to us.
Oh, they didn't give it to us. Okay.
Jim, Morales' left hook seemed to momentarily shake Garcia up.
I saw it. So for once, they're not reading the official scores to Garcia with the left hook.
It's not enough, and I think at this point, Morales may be ahead on the scorecard.
Well, I think it appears, Emmanuel, that Danny's punches really had steam and fire only in the 3rd round.
Yeah, but he slowed down. It's really the rounds when he picks up his volume on the rounds that he wins. And if he doesn't punch enough during the rounds, he's going to lose those rounds.
Looks like Morales intentionally went to the ropes there to lure Garcia in for a counter.
Stop!
Right when Garcia gets the idea that he might punch, Morales throws 3 shots.
We've been told that the official scorecards that were brought to Danny Garcia's corner showed Garcia winning the fight 3 rounds to 1 on 2 cards and even at 2 rounds apiece on the 3rd.
You're off his hip. You're coming right here, all right? Got to keep him up, all right?
That might be slightly different from Harold's
but
card.
You're coming off his hip,
We'll follow it as we go along.
Box.
And you heard referee Lawrence Cole warning Danny Garcia to keep him up.
I think 2-2 is fair. If anyone has an advantage so far, I think Morales has a slight one, 3-1. Not according to the officials.
Time!
Well, according to what we heard. That was reported from Garcia's corner. Who knows if they have it exactly right.
Right.
Listen to me again.
Tune in Saturday, April 21 for Floyd Mayweather Speaking Out. A half hour of unadulterated Floyd Mayweather sitting down for a one-on-one interview with noted professor, historian, and pop culture expert Michael Erik Dyson. April 28 on World Championship Boxing, Bernard Hopkins and Chad Dawson meet again with light heavyweight supremacy on the line. Their first fight ended in dramatic fashion with Hopkins unable to continue due to a shoulder injury. Dawson was initially awarded a TKO victory. That was in California. The fight was later ruled a no contest. Both fighters look to settle the score in next month's rematch. And also that night, heavyweight prospect Seth Mitchell looks to stay undefeated when he faces Chaz Witherspoon.
You hear what I say? Keep your rhythm going. Just keep your rhythm. Keep your hands up. Work the body, dang.
We saw Seth Mitchell, who is in the early stages of his ascendancy as a possible heavyweight contender on the undercard of Con Peterson in Washington, D.C. And Emmanuel, for this stage of his development, Seth Mitchell looked doggone good.
I like him very much. Fundamentally a sound fighter, and he lets punches go. He's a very aggressive guy, throws punches whenever he sees an opportunity. I think he's very good for the heavyweight division, too.
Emmanuel, do you think Danny Garcia should be fighting at a faster pace to try to force Erik Morales to more of a struggle?
Yes, he should force Erik to get out of his comfort zone that he's fighting in. And I think that's the key to the fight. It's not any one particular punch, just to stay busy.
Well, I mean, we saw this with Kirkland and Molina too. When the less cerebral fighters tries to think with the quicker thinking fighter, it's a problem. Morales moves slower than Garcia, but his mind works quicker. As soon as he sees Garcia's intention, he disrupts his rhythm.
Yeah, and also Morales' punches are shorter and more accurate, whereas Garcia, even though he's young, he has a tendency to loop his punches a little wider.
Ooh, good left hook by Danny Garcia. And a jab that knocks Morales' head back. And suddenly, because of the power of those two punches, Danny Garcia has a physical edge in the fight.
Overhead!
Hit the body, then come up! Hit that body! Hit the body!
The fucking body!
And this is what Garcia should have did maybe a round or two earlier.
Body, damn it!
Pressuring Morales. Morales has slowed down considerably in the round. Garcia landed two of the right hands over the top, and that seems to have brought Morales more or less to a halt. Now Erik tries to fight back off the ropes.
Thought that right hand to the body from Garcia really opened up Morales upstairs.
Good left hook by Garcia as they trade punches. Morales trying to come alive again.
Stop!
That's what you mentioned, Jim. Throughout his career, when Morales is hit, he gets 2 or 3 back in of his own.
That's why a fight may break out.
The hallmark of a great champion.
A minute ago he was in trouble. Now he tries to stalk Garcia. Good feint by Morales. Feinted with the right, landed the left.
Time!
Jekyll and Hyde round. Crowd liked it.
That's it. I don't like that. I don't want that in the fucking room. You don't need to prove a point. Listen, I want you need air. He's trying to see if you get winded. And then he's trying to come back at you. Breathe. Let's breathe.
Take a deep breath.
Let's breathe. Rinse out. Breathe.
Cierra los ojos. Cierra los ojos.
Close your eyes. Close.
Ven.
How are you doing? Good?
Que no lo sueltes, mijo.
Don't let him
Acuérdate
go.
que le decían, no lo van a dar ni a mentadas de madre.
Don't let him go. You gotta go.
Legalmente. Y esos cabrones.
Here you see Garcia just really power punching his way through Morales with a powerful left hook, and then here's a right hand again this time, and just physically overpowering him with his youth and power at this stage. And this is what he has to continue to do.
Round 6, a good example of what Danny Garcia will want to do in the fight. He was 35 of 82 in the round. He landed 22 power shots. Several of them were hard punches that hurt Morales. And Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Look at you. I've got it 58-56. 4 rounds to 2, Erik Morales. You know, it's funny. In rounds 3 and 6, Danny Garcia was tremendous. They did hard shots, really big punches that could have knocked out Morales. Morales takes a heck of a punch. But the other 4 rounds, Danny Garcia just laid back, and let Morales take it to him. Morales, I thought, just outboxed him through the 4 rounds that I gave Morales. 4-2, Erik Morales.
That's a good scorecard. 3-3 would also be fine. It's a very close fight.
Right hand over the top for Morales. Garcia trying to regain the command he had through the first half of the last round. Another concerted effort to make that left hook work to the body. Morales is really bringing his right arm down against his ribcage to try to block it. That's why Garcia's been going lower and lower with the punch, and that's why he got warned by Lawrence Cole. Once again, Morales' elbow down at his waistband, trying to block the left hook.
Well, the
Good body
question,
shot to the right hand by Morales.
when Morales didn't make weight, the question as to whether he still had it or he didn't take his training seriously because maybe finally he's just in it for a to win it. Now the question is, halfway through this fight, in a close fight, can he? Or will youth start to take over here?
4 straight jabs by Garcia, then he got in the left hook to the body.
Stop! No punching. Step back.
While you're looking at this fight, and in case you joined us late, when we get to the end of the round, we're going to take you back to see what happened in the 10th round of the first fight here between Carlos Molina and James Kirkland. And we're going to lay out and let you hear it natural sound, and I'll point out that it takes place in the 10th round of a fight which, by our lights, Molina was winning and appeared to have the advantages in as he cruised toward victory. But Kirkland came on in the 10th round, and now we'll show you what happened from there.
One, two, three, four, five. Fucking kidding me? 6, 7, 8. Okay? Back to your corner. Back to your corner. Back to your corner.
Give me that stool. Sit. There's no bell yet. There's no bell yet. Stop the fight.
The ring, the corner, entered the ring, okay? He entered the ring during that count.
California referee John Shorley issuing a disqualification of Carlos Molina, awarding the fight to James Kirkland. We told you the scorecards. Moretti had Carlos Molina ahead 88-83. Sutherland had Molina ahead 87-84. Harold Letterman had it 89-82. Gail Van Hoy of Texas, whose scorecards have often been called into question in the past, had Kirkland winning the fight 86-85, which seems to us unreasonable. Now here's Harold's card to this point in the fight between Danny Garcia and Erik Morales, and we're in round 8. Not to belabor the point, because we really want to focus on this fight, but I can't help asking myself, if Shorley was going to disqualify Molina because his cornerman entered the ring, why didn't he do it at the moment when the cornerman entered the ring, instead of telling him to get out of the ring and finishing the count and walking across the ring and doing something else?
It was very confusing. It wasn't immediately clear if it was a slip or a knockdown. No one quite knew what was going on, including Kirkland and Molina. The corner entered the ring when they thought the round was over. Technically, yes, they were in while it was still going on because the count was going on, but it bought Molina no advantage. Molina would have beaten the count. He did beat the count. He was ready to continue. The round was over anyway. Bad judgment.
And 2 final points. Number 1, the referee refused to interview with us, so he refused to tell you, boxing fans, why he did what he did. And all credit to James Kirkland and his trainer, Ann Wolf. They told the truth in the post-fight interview. They acknowledged the truth, and they also said they would give Molina a rematch.
Well, they were robbed of the chance to win fair and square. And they may have. Kirkland was coming on, just scored a knockdown.
All right, let's go back to this one. Emmanuel, what's been happening in this round?
Well, for the most part, I feel that Garcia's fighting too technical. He's waiting too much. And as Harold was saying on his scorecard, I have Morales slowly maybe edging ahead in the fight.
And winning this round,
yeah,
too?
I think Garcia's fighting for a young fighter with all of the size, advantage, everything. He's fighting too slow, and his punches are winging. He's punching too much on the outside of the elbows. Everything is looping. And Morales' defense, he's catching most of those shots on his elbows.
Hard right hand by Morales, and now Garcia comes back with a shot of his own. Danny starting to throw to the body with the right hand because Morales has been so concerted in blocking the left-hand body shot. Straight right hand down the pipe lands for Garcia. Hard right hand by Garcia. He's landed some clean shots in the last 30 seconds. And here we go again.
Dame el agua.
Give me the water. It's here. Breathe.
Al aire, al aire.
Breathe, breathe.
Cierra los ojos.
Okay, oh hey, come on back. Take this guy, don't cover his nose. Take this guy, go to the body. He's jumping back. When he jump back, straight right hand, catch him going backward with his hands down. Throw you over to the further out. You're throwing your shoulder too short.
Good angles. Good angles. And get the right hand in. The young kid can't handle you.
No tiene cabeceo.
Come on, he's got no head movement. The kid has no head movement. He's there ready for you to take him.
CompuBucks numbers in 8. Morales 20 out of 56. Garcia 20 out of 73. Harold Edelman's scorecard is now even through 8.
Garcia describes himself as a boxer-puncher, but when he's more of a puncher-boxer, he has greater success. This pace right here tends to favor Morales.
Yep.
Emmanuel Stewart with Timothy Bradley choosing to fight at 147 pounds and no telling whether he'll come back to this division. Is the monetary goal in the 140-pound division to fight the winner of Amir Khan versus Lamont Peterson May 19th?
I would definitely say so in this case, but I was, well, at least I read on the internet there was even talk of Morales possibly being an opponent for Floyd Mayweather if he won.
I'm not sure that would fly.
I don't know how, and at the weight, so I'm trying to figure that out too.
Morales Marquez should happen before those two guys retire at some point.
Although Morales said yesterday that he doesn't think Marquez wants the fight.
Meanwhile, this fight is still up for grabs, it seems, and Garcia in recent rounds is doing better.
Here's a good hard body shot with the left hand. He's been hard pressed to get him in because Morales is so devoted to trying to block it with his right elbow and arm.
Morales has been impressive so far given his age and the circumstances and everything. But because Garcia really hasn't brought the fight full force as Maidana did, this lacks the drama of Morales-Maidana or even Morales-Cano.
Left hook by Garcia finished that exchange.
And he should have been right back on Morales right away instead of letting him rest and recoup and recharge himself all over again. Morales is very vulnerable right now if Garcia would step up the pace. And it's not that he's playing, sitting back trying to just lull Garcia in. He's actually getting tired now. His age is beginning to show.
Garcia's accuracy is increasing.
It would be better if people quit winging the shots on the side so much.
Time! Garcia's throwing more and better combinations as the fight goes on.
We're losing the damn fight. All the rounds. They gave him all the rounds. Only round one judge is giving you. All the rounds are lost. This son of a bitch, you got to finish him. Even if you finish the fight, they can give you it if you're winning. The judges are going to give it to him. To win by the judges, You see you can win the fight, but the judges, this is here, the judges are giving it to him. What happened? Why are you not throwing? Why are you not finishing, bastard? Throw your punches. Finish off. Close your eyes.
Here we see Garcia landing the type of punch that he lands anytime he lets his hands go, because Morales is just slowing down now, period. And he's really, and I'm looking at Garcia, he's very fresh in his mind, his punches, his body is real fresh. And if he lets more punches go, I think he could possibly even stop Morales.
The pieces of paper that Jose Mastrito Morales was holding in his hand when he spoke to Erik Morales were the official score ballots, which were brought to him after the 8th round, and he's telling his son that on those official scorecards, Danny Garcia leads them all. Harold, how do you have it coming to the 10th?
Okay, Jim, I've got an 86-85, 5 rounds to 4, Danny Garcia. Today did more damage who won those 4 rounds. You know, Erik Morales, like you said, he's slowing down a bit. Danny still waits too long, but when he gets off with that left hook and that left jab, he just does more damage. It's hard, it's fast. It seems to push back Morales, it seems to hurt Morales. So I've given Danny Garcia 4 rounds in a row. I've got him ahead 5 rounds to 4.
That's a good scorecard.
Fair enough. And Jose Morales was clearly trying to inject energy into his son as he shouted at him, berated him, urged, and sort of horsewhipped him.
If I understood him correctly, unless he's simply trying to motivate Erik, he said that the judges gave all the rounds except for 1 to Danny Garcia? Maybe I misheard him.
Doesn't seem likely, but maybe Jose wanted to redouble the point. Maybe he just wanted to be as extreme as possible in dealing with Erik to try to get the point across that he believes his son needs a knockout. So Jose has been telling Erik for the last 2 rounds that he must knock Danny Garcia out. Right hand shot by Morales.
Yeah, he set that up. He kept acting like he was going to throw a right hand at the waist, and he looked down again, and next time he threw it right over top. Very smart.
Well, he knows he needs something dramatic here to win. I mean, he's acquitting himself well, Morales. He shows he can still handle himself, but he didn't get the win against Maidana. And if this continues, he likely won't get the win here unless he can shake things up.
Now Morales is trying to scrape out wins, fighting above his normal weight at 140. Good body shot by Erik Morales. Good rally in this round.
You know, I know.
We'll talk about it in the next round, Emmanuel. Hold it right there. Tune in April 14th for the premiere of 24/7 Mayweather Cotto, our award-winning documentary series. We'll be featuring behind-the-scenes looks at Floyd Mayweather and Miguel Cotto as they prepare for their big showdown May 5, only on HBO pay-per-view.
He's yours, he's just there, he's ready for you. Your angles. Again, right through the middle. Give him water.
Here we see what has made Morales such a great and popular fighter. Always trying, always wanting to get the last punch in an exchange.
It was a crunching right hand.
First lady of the Morales household there, Jessica Morales. Power punches through the 10th round. Morales only 61 out of 210. He's receded a little bit in that category. Danny Garcia 130 out of 336, but on Harold Letterman's card, Morales evened the scorecard by winning that last round.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say before the bell rung. Even though you said that the official scorecard shows Garcia virtually winning every round. I just don't see that. I see it as a very close competitive fight.
Too. I agree.
That if someone could win this last round and the next very convincingly, let's say Morales, that he would probably win a decision. So I disagree with the official scorecard that they show on the
Morales wins dramatically in this last round and makes a great last stand here, win or lose, he remains viable.
This is the 11th of a scheduled 12, so Morales has about 5 more minutes to try to get something done in the fight, and his father has urged him to seek a knockout. Otherwise, Danny Garcia is going to pick up a title belt, which went vacant at the weigh-in yesterday when Erik Morales elected to weigh in at 142 and not to bother to try to make the 140-pound weight. Blood coming from the mouth of Garcia now.
Finding
Morales
a
won't
hold
quit
with that right hand.
Stop! Stop! Step back! Step back!
I was about to mention how Garcia's nose has been swelling, and now Morales has basically popped it open.
And Garcia keeps his head in one spot when he's punching, which makes it.
Oh! Down goes Erik Morales. Stunned.
5, 6, 7.
Power shot.
8, 9.
He was down 5 times against Manny Pacquiao. Well, he's no stranger to the canvas. That was a sudden shot by Garcia.
Stop! Stop! Step back! Stop! Don't stop! Stop! Okay. When I say stop,
Possible
you gotta
penalty
stop,
for hitting on the
understand?
brake, but Cole is not going to issue it. So Garcia is given the right to get away with that one.
Actually helped Morales, bought him some time.
Less than a minute to go in the 11th round. Now it's Garcia who's tracking a knockout after having knocked Morales down. Knowing what we know about the official scorecards, it's more imperative than ever now for Morales to seek the knockout his father's talking about.
We're seeing some real grit from both guys. Morales gunning for the knockout to make something big happen. Garcia hurt, bloodied nose, swollen face. He came up with the drama.
And I want to see a replay of the knockdown because I'll be honest, Morales' back obscured the punch for me and I'm not sure how Garcia got it.
Mainly because his legs is gone. He's old.
35 years old. May not have trained as well as he should for the fight.
Don't worry about your blood. It's nothing. It's only blood. You cut.
Beautiful man.
You cut. You cut. Stay focused. You're winning.
Ready?
Cuídate.
Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. A little water. Drink. There you go. You okay? You okay? You want to keep going? You want to go? Come on. Give it all. Keep your hands up, bastard. Keep your hands on.
Here you see the knockdown right here. Left hook that came back. Beautiful left hook. But I think a lot was because of the clean punches they didn't see and the fact that his legs is bad at this stage too.
I'll be honest, he's landed this left hook several times.
But that was right on the chin. And that's the point. That's the sweet spot.
He got it. So the knockdown makes it clearer than ever that Morales is ahead of the fight. We already had told you about the official scorecards as reported to Erik in his corner. Danny Garcia in control now. Could this be the last round of Erik Morales' career in his 60th pro fight? Is it finally time for a curtain call for Erik Morales? Vicious left hook for Garcia.
Fight well, but can he fight well enough to win? He has a little over 2 minutes left.
If he has anything left at all, he's trying to decoy Garcia a little bit here. To get the young man to come at him so that he can counter with something.
For Morales to finish up on his feet would be a victory to me if I was him, because his legs is gone and there's no way he's going to win a decision or knock out anyone tonight.
And he's eating Danny Garcia.
because he has no legs under him.
Well, if it is good night for him in this fight, Emmanuel, in terms of trying to win, he did not go gently into it. He gave it a real stand in the 10th and 11th. Oh, and another big right hand from Morales.
Counter right lands inside for Garcia. Morales isn't going to be able to get it done by laying back. He's going to have to try to attack one more time if he's going to give it one last shot in the fight.
Right!
And if you're sitting at home musing about the possibility of a 12th round knockout in 69 fights, or 59 fights I should say, Erik Morales has never had one.
And he got one in the 11th to win his first belt against Zaragoza with a body shot.
Sure did. Well, Erik Morales had just turned 21 when we saw him in the Zaragoza fight in 1997. He won his first world championship that night, made his mark among Mexican fighters, and over the course of the intervening years has had so many colorful wars on the ring, so many amazingly entertaining fights, and such an outstanding competitive record before guys like Barrera and Pacquiao began to get the better of him that he ranks among the top 10 greatest fighters in the history of Mexico. Danny Garcia has just won a world title in all likelihood and has his beginning as a possible American star. It was too much to ask of the old warrior tonight. Down the stretch he faded, and down the stretch Garcia came on. And there's a look at Harold Lederman's scorecard, which shows you Danny Garcia winning 6 of the last 7 rounds in the fight, and the 11th was a 10-8 round. So though Morales was ahead on Harold's scorecard much of the night, Danny Garcia winds up with a 115-112 margin. Now, Harold, tell us who the official judges are.
Okay, Jim. Samuel Candy, he's been judging a long time, probably the veteran judge in Puerto Rico. I've disagreed with him numerous times over the years, but, you know, it is what it is, Jim. Mark Green, he's a good judge. Comes from England. He's 50 years old. We've seen him on HBO before. He worked Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. against Peter Manfredo. Oren Schellenberger, the real veteran judge in Texas. That is the guy's been judging 20 years, 72 years old. He very rarely blows a decision. Good judge.
Does she want him to retire? We may find out after the fight. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Oren Schellenberger scores at 117-110. Mark Green, 116-112. Samuel Conde, 118-109. All 3 scorecards go to the winner by unanimous decision. And new WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Danny Swift Garcia.
So Garcia takes his record up to 23-0. And Erik Morales in his 60th fight has his 8th loss.